Very good morning to Sir Zoo. My name is Asmita Priya, DN0122117, batch 26A. Today I am going to present about person-centered theory, and the introduction of person-centered theory is it is developed by Carl Rogers and emphasizes the individual's capacity for personal growth and self-acquisition. This is a type of treatment where the client who is given the authority to take charge of the recovery process becomes the main emphasis instead of the mental health professional. Regardless of their difficulties with mental health, Roger thought that everyone aspires to and is capable of fulfilling their full potential. Then, person-centered theory is a non-directive therapeutic approach that is comprehensively focused on giving an individual a secure environment in which to communicate, grow as person and transform their life. Lastly, I will say that person-centered treatment is beneficial for a range of mental health issues such as depression, anxiety, schizophrenia, dementia, post-traumatic disorder, and some other issues, health issues. The first session, participant will get to understand another during what will resemble a meet and greet at the start of the first meeting. If you decided to pick a therapist as your therapy partner, they will want to discuss with you what lead you to person-centered therapy as well as the parameters of therapeutic areas. This is frustrated by offering a nurturing atmosphere in which clients may build and enhance their sense of self and start to detach from their intelligent ideas of what they ought to be. That's all from me. Thank you.
Hello to Sir Zhu, my lecturer, and also my classmate. My name is Lao Jixing with student ID DN0122023. As my member have said, today we will present about the counseling theory that we have chosen, which is about the person-centered therapy. In person-centered world, empathy comprehension is only useful if it is effectively communicated to a client. It is a process that guarantees the client knows the therapist understands how he feels, as well as checks the amount to which the empathy expressed is correct. So as you can see in the slide, I was list the therapist active listening and empathy. The first one is actively listens to clients' feelings and thoughts. The second is transmit accurate understanding of patient's private world. The third one is use reflection to express empathy. And the last one is assist in processing emotion after hearing others' expressions. As an active listening and empathy therapist, what should you do? If I give the situation such as the client who has been dealing with symptoms of anxiety and stress. So the first one is observe the client's body language. Observe means memerhatikan. Contoh, memerhatikan keadaan klien, adakah berada dalam keadaan shaking atau nervous, or I avoid eye contact. Sekiranya klien mempunyai keadaan seperti di atas, kamu sebagai counselor, kamu boleh beritahu dia relax and take your time. Bagi masa untuk klien, untuk adjust dia punya emosi and mental. And remember, don't push the client to share, because silence can be a powerful tool to encourage the client in a deeper reflection. So, number third is reflective response. Maksudnya apabila klien masih bercakap tentang masalah yang dihadapi, kamu sebagai counselor, kamu seharusnya memberi respon yang reflektif. Contohnya klien tuh cakap, kerja ni stres lah, saya sangat stres lah, hubungan saya dengan rakan ni stres lah. So kamu sebagai counselor yang aktif mendengar dan yang mempunyai empati, kamu seharusnya bagi respon seperti apa sangat kamu stres dalam pekerjaan ini. Ya, bukannya so something like that. Macam bukannya menunjukkan kamu macam terpaksa. The fourth is empathetic statement, which is express empathy for clients' feelings. Contohnya, kamu membalas klien seperti kamu jawab klien tu macam, saya dengar pun saya stres. Kamu tunjuk perasaan empati kepada klien tu. The next is valid client's emotion. Bagi tahu klien tu bahwa gangguan emosi ini merupakan perkara yang biasa. Semua orang akan mengalami stres. Yeah. So the last one is encourage the client to share more. Contoh, kamu tanya klien tu, bolehkah kamu kongsikan lebih banyak lagi cabaran yang kamu hadapi dan macam mana cabaran ini membawa kesan kepada kehidupan kamu. Cara ini membolehkan klien tu berasa dia didengari, dia dipentingkan dan dia dipahami. Yeah, that's all for my part.
Hi, my name is Selina Ntayang Anak Ngelingkong and my student ID is DN01222013. So I will continue the next concept of person-centered theory. The second concept of person-centered theory is unconditional positive regard. This concept is recognizing and honoring the customer without holding them to any standards or any judgment. Recognizing the client's experiences and feeling as legitimate and deserving of understanding, the therapist adopts a non-judgmental and compassionate approach. The last one is congruence. This concept refers to the therapist's honesty and transparency throughout the session. It is include being real, open, and truthful in the relationship of therapy, which promotes trust and a secure atmosphere for the client.
I'm going to present about how can I relate with my personal issue using person-centered theory. I had anxiety problem before this, like I can't stand in front of a crowd. I was not brave enough to stand in front of a crowd. For example, when there was a speech, a presentation in front of a big crowd in college, in schools. To overcome this, the person-centered psychotherapy allows me to discuss my concerns and fear without fear of rejections or mockery by offering a non-judgmental, empathic, and supportive setting. For example, this therapy helped us enhance coping skills. Teens like us, teenagers like us who attend therapy sessions live with the ability to manage anxiety in their daily lives. And also, it also enhances self-esteem in myself. Person-centered therapy helps adolescents cultivate a more positive self-concept. Teenagers may also build higher self-esteem by learning to accept who they are and by gaining an understanding of the beliefs and behavior that lead them. Teenagers like myself with anxiety can benefit greatly from person-centered therapy. Teens can lessen their symptoms. Teens can lessen their symptoms of anxiety and increase their self-awareness, coping mechanism, and self-esteem in this non-judgmental atmosphere. That's all from me. Thank you.
When I reflected on the moments of self-doubt, and lack of confidence, I realized that these feelings have persisted in many aspects of my life. I have had doubts about my abilities and worth as a student, and also my personal relationships. Why? Because these feelings are typically motivated by a fear of judgment and a desire for perfection. I discovered that I have the unrealistically high standard for myself, which leads to a cycle of self-doubt whenever I detect any imperfections. To deal with these difficulties, I start to practice myself and reframing the negative belief. I also setting more realistic objective and enjoying the little victories, and also accepting the setback as a natural part of the progress. I'm also learning to accept the flaws, obstacle as a chance of progress, and cultivate a more resilient sense of self-confidence. So now I understand that overcoming self-doubt is an ongoing process, but I am committed to cultivating a better connection with myself and also developing a stronger feeling of self-confidence in my talents. So that's all from me. Thank you very much.
My personal issue that I can relate with the theory that we choose is insecurity when speaking in English. I was lack of confidence to communicate in English because I am worried of people will laugh at my mispronounced words. I can communicate in English with my friends, but when I have to give a presentation in front of lecturer, I get nervous and others can't say anything or pronounce it wrong. I realized that it is my weakness and I am focused on improving both my speaking ability and confidence in English. After all, I believe that everyone has their own weaknesses. If any of my friends are facing the same problems, I will try to put myself in their situation so that I can better understand their problems. For an example, if I can pronounce the word correctly in a quiet manner, I will assist my friends who are facing the same situation or the same issue, because some people prefer to receive criticism or correction in a quiet manners. In order to better understand them and keep them from feeling embraced, I make an effort to put myself in their shoes. In a simple words, don't judge a book by its cover. Don't judge people based on their past, mistake, or their appearance. Accept them without judging their faults or weaknesses, and also don't embrace them about their past. That's all from our group. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.